Think about it. How many times has someone entered your life at the very moment you needed them most? A word, a gesture, even a conflict that shaped you in ways you didn't see at first. We call it coincidence, but deep down we know it isn't. The people who cross our path are not accidents, they are threads in a story far greater than chance. Step 1. In the quiet unfolding of our days, there exists a mystery too easily overlooked. We imagine our lives as a series of random encounters, fleeting moments strung together without design. Yet if we pause long enough, if we look closely enough, we begin to sense a pattern, a subtle thread that ties one soul to another in ways we could not have arranged on our own. This thread is not loud, nor does it announce its presence, but it binds every meeting and every exchange into a greater story that is being written beyond our understanding. Sometimes this thread pulls people into our lives gently, like a whisper carried by the wind. Other times it tugs with force, weaving someone into our path at precisely the moment we thought we were walking alone. These arrivals may appear accidental, but deep within we know they are not. They are a part of the invisible design that shapes our becoming, a reminder that no life is ever truly isolated, and no meeting is ever without reason. Each face we encounter, whether familiar or brief, is connected to this tapestry. What may feel like coincidence is, in truth, a hidden purpose unfolding quietly. It is as if there is an unseen hand guiding these intersections, placing the right people at the right time, not according to our plans, but according to something higher, something far greater than the small maps we draw for ourselves. Step 2. Messengers in disguise. There are moments when people enter our lives wearing the simplest of faces, carrying no sign or warning of the role they are destined to play. They appear as friends, strangers, mentors, or even challengers, and though their presence may seem ordinary at first, they carry with them something we need to hear, something we need to learn, something we need to awaken within ourselves. Life rarely sends its teachers dressed in robes of authority or halos of light. Most often they arrive disguised in the common garments of daily life, hidden in conversations, gestures, and even conflicts. Some of these messengers bring comfort, like a voice that reminds us we are not alone, like a hand reaching out in the dark when we are stumbling. Others arrive with challenges that unsettle us, pressing on the parts of our soul we would rather leave untouched. It is through them that we are forced to grow, to wrestle with our own limitations, and to confront the truths we have long avoided. Even those who wound us carry messages, though painful ones, teaching us strength, resilience, and the value of our own boundaries. What makes these encounters so profound is that the message is rarely obvious in the moment. We often misjudge the purpose of a person's presence, believing them to be insignificant or temporary, when in reality their impact is quietly reshaping the very path we walk. A stranger's kind word, a friend's challenge, an adversary's opposition. Each of these interactions can hold within them a spark meant to ignite something within us. They are not random. They are not without reason. They are, in their own hidden way, messengers sent to move us closer to the person we are meant to become. Step 3. The refining power of relationships. It is within the forge of relationships that our truest selves are revealed and reshaped. No one is refined in isolation, for solitude may bring clarity, but it is in the presence of others that the rough edges of our character are tested and worn smooth. Some people enter our lives to challenge us, their words striking against us like flint against stone, producing sparks that reveal what lies hidden within. Others arrive to comfort us, to steady our trembling hands, and remind us of our worth when we have forgotten it. Together, these experiences form a process of refining, one that we cannot escape if we wish to grow into the fullness of who we are meant to be. There are those who awaken in us patience we did not know we lacked, teaching us endurance not through easy harmony, but through the friction of misunderstanding and conflict. There are those who draw out our compassion, their wounds inviting us to soften, to set aside pride, and reach beyond ourselves. And there are those who break us open, exposing the fragility of our hearts. Yet in that breaking, we discover a depth of strength we never imagined possible. It is through them that we learn resilience, forgiveness, humility, and love, not as ideas to be spoken of, but as realities to be lived and embodied. Relationships, in all their forms, are mirrors that reflect both our beauty and our brokenness. They show us the parts of ourselves we would rather not see, and in doing so, they give us the chance to choose transformation. Without the push and pull of human connection, without the joy and the sorrow that others bring into our lives, we would remain untested, unfinished, and unaware of the vastness of our own capacity. Every bond, every conflict, every union and separation carries within it a refining fire, shaping us into beings more capable of love, more capable of truth, and more capable of becoming what we were always intended to be. Step 4. The divine timing of connection. There is a rhythm to life that often escapes our hurried eyes, a cadence that does not bend to our impatience. People do not step into our stories too soon, nor do they linger beyond the hour appointed for them. They arrive as if guided by a timing not of our making, appearing when we are ready, or when we need to be made ready, for the lesson, the blessing, or the transformation they carry. We may not recognize this timing in the moment, for to us it can feel either painfully delayed or startlingly sudden. But in hindsight, we often see that it was exact, precise, and without error. Sometimes we find ourselves praying for guidance, for help, for companionship, and the answer does not come in the form of lightning or signs, but in the quiet arrival of a person whose presence becomes the very response we were seeking. At other times, we resist, wishing someone had entered our lives sooner, longing for a bond that might have altered our path earlier. Yet the truth is that had they come before, we would not have been ready to receive them, nor would we have been shaped enough to understand the weight of their presence. The waiting, the longing, the apparent silence, these too are part of the timing, teaching us patience until the moment when the thread of another life is woven into ours. And then there are departures, those moments when someone leaves our path, and we ache at the seeming cruelty of it. We question why they could not stay longer, why the connection had to fade, why the story was cut short. Yet even here, timing is at work. Their leaving often carries as much purpose as their arrival, and though we cannot see it immediately, in time we discover that their presence for that season, and not beyond, was exactly what our journey required. Nothing is wasted, nothing is misplaced. Every meeting and every parting, every greeting and farewell is held within a timing that unfolds far above the reach of our understanding. Step 5. The exchange of lessons. Every soul that enters our life is both a giver and a receiver, carrying lessons meant for us while also drawing from the lessons we carry within. It is never a one-sided exchange, for even when we imagine ourselves only learning, we are also teaching, and when we think we are only giving, we are quietly being shaped in return. The beauty of human connection lies in this mysterious reciprocity, the unseen flow of wisdom, strength, and growth that moves silently between two hearts. No relationship is ever neutral. Each leaves its mark, however faint, and each alters the course of who we are becoming. There are those who teach us through their kindness, modeling patience and love in ways that humble us, inviting us to mirror what we have received. There are others whose harshness and failures open our eyes to paths we must never take, to wounds we must choose not to pass forward. Both are teachers in equal measure. The gentle hand and the heavy blow, the encouraging word and the stinging silence, all of them shape our understanding of what it means to love, to endure, to forgive, and to stand firm. It is in this way that every encounter becomes a classroom, every relationship a kind of sacred curriculum we could not have written for ourselves. And yet, the lessons we carry for others are just as essential. Often, we underestimate the weight of our presence in someone else's story. A simple word spoken in honesty, an act of compassion offered in passing, a truth shared at the right moment. These can become turning points in the lives of others, though we may never see the fruit of them. Sometimes, we are the light that keeps another soul from stumbling in the dark. Sometimes, we are the challenge that compels them to grow. Sometimes we are the reminder that they are seen, valued, and capable of more than they believe. Our responsibility, then, is not to measure the outcome, but to remain faithful in offering what we have, trusting that the exchange is always at work, shaping both hearts in ways neither could accomplish alone. Step 6. Recognizing the sacred in the ordinary. It is a mistake to believe that only grand encounters carry meaning, that only the people who walk beside us for years are significant to our story. So often, the sacred hides itself in the smallest of places, in the briefest of exchanges, in the ordinary moments we overlook. A stranger's kindness, a smile on a weary day, a word spoken in passing, these simple acts can carry the weight of eternity, though we may not realize it in the moment. Life is filled with such quiet touches of grace, disguised as ordinary people crossing our path for reasons we cannot always explain. We tend to search for meaning in what is loud, dramatic, or unforgettable. Yet the truth is that some of the most profound encounters arrive without spectacle. They are found in the gentle presence of someone who listens when no one else has the time, in the neighbor who greets us warmly when our spirit feels unseen, in the teacher whose passing remark ignites a fire within us that lasts a lifetime. These moments, so easily dismissed as small, are often the very threads that hold the deeper fabric of our story together. They are reminders that the sacred does not need grandeur to be real. It often hides itself in simplicity, waiting for us to open our eyes. Even fleeting encounters may carry significance beyond what we can measure. A brief conversation, a chance meeting, a moment of shared silence, these can shift the course of our thoughts, open our hearts to new possibilities, or plant seeds that grow quietly in the soil of our soul long after the person has gone. What seems ordinary is never truly ordinary, for the presence of another human being, even if for a moment, carries with it the possibility of transformation. To recognize this is to awaken to the truth that life itself is sacred, that every interaction holds within it a spark of purpose, and that no meeting, however brief, is without meaning. So, as you walk through the days ahead, I invite you to look more closely, to listen more carefully, and to carry within you the awareness that no person you meet is here by chance. Each carries a thread, a message, a lesson, or a spark that belongs to your story. Some will stay, some will leave, some will pass by in a moment, but all are part of the design that is shaping you. Do not dismiss the ordinary, do not overlook the difficult, and do not take for granted the ones who walk beside you. For hidden in these connections is the quiet work of purpose, guiding you toward the person you are meant to become, and weaving your life into something far greater than you can now see.